support, for everything. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Шановні
Dear guests, dear Ulf, dear teams, ministers, dear Sweden, today we are opening a truly new and highly meaningful chapter in our relations between Ukraine and Sweden, and more broadly in Europe's overall security relations. Today we have the first document between our countries that opens the path for Ukraine to obtain a serious fleet, a very serious fleet of Swedish-made fighter jets, Gripens. Yes, these are excellent aircraft, strong aviation platforms, capable of carrying out a wide range of missions. And everyone sees what threats this helps protect against. Russian attacks against our state do not cease, and last night the Russians carried out yet another massive attack against our energy, against our cities, and unfortunately there are fatalities, and among them 2 children, and the youngest child wasn't even a 1-year-old. My condolences to the bereaved family. Last night alone, dozens of people were wounded by hits of Russian missiles and drones. In many regions, unfortunately, there are restrictions on the supply of energy, electricity. In the city of Kharkiv, Russian drones hit a kindergarten. Along the whole contact line with Russian forces, in our front line and border communities, they get hit by hundreds of glide bombs every day, and the Russians can hit us with them solely because they have an advantage in combat aircraft over us, which is why our strategy of defense is a multi-layered defense which is grounded on many things, from air defense systems such as Patriots, NASAMS, and others, to combat aircraft. Sweden has been very helpful in this, and today, as Mr. Prime Minister has said, we have started the work to obtain Gripens for Ukraine. We expect the future contract to allow us to receive no fewer than 100 such jets. We clearly understand that this is a process. We clearly understand the financial grounding to implement this contract, which is important for us. We have discussed this with Mr. Prime Minister, with the leadership of Saab company. I'm grateful to Sweden for the readiness to cooperate on this. We appreciate our gratitude to the company Saab, which manufactures Gripen, and the company at whose facility we held today's talks. That's an honor for us. The next year we must do everything to get first real results, to do everything so that the procedures can be finalized in the near future. Procedures always take time, but nonetheless we must do everything to fill our framework agreement with full substantivity. Ukraine has already proven that it can accomplish such tasks quite fast, to train pilots, to train technical crews, to prepare the infrastructure, and now our teams must do everything so that the next year becomes the time of the more substantial implementation of our agreements, the start of usage of Gripens. Of course, we have also discussed other key issues, the energy. I have informed about Mr. Prime Minister about our main needs after Russian attacks. We have spoken about the recovery possibilities, in particular about searching the finances to have a volume of natural gas which will be sufficient for winter. The Russians are targeting our gas production, which is why import has a great meaning. We have also coordinated our positions ahead of the meetings in Brussels and in London, the European Council and the Coalition of the Willing. I have informed Ulf about our communication with America and other partners. The fact of the matter is that Russia only responds to strength of pressure, which is why we brought up the topic of long-range capabilities, i.e. Tomahawks, in our agenda with partners. As soon as Russia heard about Tomahawks, in sufficiently persuasive way, put in rush to turn back to diplomacy. Now Russia's desire for diplomacy has faded somewhat, and it is our long-range capabilities that can put Russia to the table in a way to truly end this war. We've discussed the situation with air defense. I thank every partner who has joined the Pearl Initiative, which allows us to procure American weapons in particular, and that's a priority, missiles for Patriots. Sweden is a member of the initiative, and I'm grateful for that. Another important direction for us and for European security overall is sanctions. We are counting on the adoption of 19th sanctions package, and this truly must stop being postponed. Also, one of the things that will truly influence the situation will be a usage of Russian frozen assets to defend against Russian aggression. We are preparing corresponding decisions. This is very much needed, and we very much count on the solidarity and support from Europe. Ukraine never wanted this war. Everybody knows that. The war that Russia launched against us, only Russia. Every day the Russians take lives of our people. They are destroying our cities every day. They have come to our land, and it's absolutely just that we're looking for, and we find the necessary means to defend ourselves, the necessary weapons, the necessary support, the necessary instruments of pressure on the aggressor. I thank everybody who's helping us. Thank you, Ulf, personally, and I'm very grateful to your great state that has helped Ukraine so much, and I'm sure that it will be historic for the Ukraine's independence. Glory to Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.